Good morning, students. Welcome back again in your online classes. Today we discuss sexual reproduction in organism in class 12th. Before starting today's lecture, I can ask you some questions. Just like, what is clone? Yeah, what is clone? You no. Clone means those organisms which can genetically and morphologically similar. Yeah, especially in the case of asexual reproduction. And what is the meaning of multiple fission? Multiple fission क्या है बच्चों? Yeah, multiple fission is also a type of asexual reproduction in which a single individual can produce large number of offspring. Then one more question further. What is monoecious? Monoecious, yeah. And what is dioecious? Monoecious means a single individual which can bear both the sex organ. कौन से? Both the sex organ, male and female both, especially all flowering plants. Dioecious means a single individual or single organism can bear only one sex organ, either male or female. Reproductive organ. Okay. Now come to the point of sexual reproduction. What is the meaning of sexual reproduction? Sexual reproduction means those organisms which can produce their young ones or offspring with the help of sexual reproduction. They can bear well-developed sex organs. Now, phases of sexual reproduction. The sexual reproduction is divided into especially three phases. One is juvenile phase, another is reproductive phase, and last is senescent phase. In case of plants, we can say vegetative phase also at a juvenile phase. What is the meaning of juvenile phase? Juvenile phase means the age between from birth till puberty. The age between from birth till puberty is known as juvenile phase. In this phase, the body designs will be developed, the cells will be developed, and what is the meaning of reproductive phase? Reproductive phase means the signal or indication among the reproductive life. Beginning of reproductive life of an organism is known as reproductive phase. And last, senescent phase. Senescent phase means होता है the time interval between two successive generation. In case of plants, you can know some plants can flowering or fruiting alternate years. The gap between one flowering to next flowering is known as senescent phase. But in case of animals, the gap between two childs, suppose that A and B. If A are produced in 2010 and B are 2015, this between time period is known as senescent phase. And also a phase where they will lose their reproductive stage. Loss of reproduction is known as senescent phase. Okay, the reproductive stage means the sexual reproduction will be divided into three phases, that is juvenile phase, reproductive phase, and senescent phase. Okay, now come to the points of and the point of sexual reproduction. In sexual reproduction, both the sex organs produce gametes. And these gametes are produced during the phase of puberty. And this puberty phase indicates the reproductive life of organism begins. Okay? You know about cyclic events done by living beings for their production. So the cyclic event, when we reach at the age of puberty, the number of hormones bodies like gonadotropin releasing hormone, follicle stimulating hormone, luteinizing hormone, etc. They can perform the role of reproduction. Okay? In case of plant, the plants during puberty produce bud flowers and their appendages like androecium and gynoecium. Androecium is the male reproductive organ and gynoecium is the female reproductive organs. After that, that particular bud converts into flower and last goes to form a fruit. After ripening of the fruit, the ovules are converted into seed, and after germination, seed can produce a number of plants. Now, this is the process of reproduction. Now, in case of animals, there are two types of animals. One is primates and another is non-primates. In case of animals, for reproduction, there are two types of animals. One is primate and another is non-primate. In case of non-primates, female possesses a cyclic event. What is the meaning of cyclic event? Or cyclic process? Yeah. During cyclic processes, that particular female produce eggs or ovum. Or that particular egg, after fusion with sperm, convert into zygote, and after gestation period, that particular zygote develop into new offspring. So, cyclic changes, cyclic process is must necessary for sexual evolution in organism. In non-primates, example cow, sheep, rat, deer, dog, tiger, these are mammals. But having non-primates, having these cyclic events, and they can release some whitish liquid from their vagina. Because this secretion of that liquid, white liquid, indicate that C candidate is ready for reproduction, ready for generation, and this indicates the fusion of candidate. After that, this cyclic events means when a cycle is completed once in a month, they can begin another month, and this cycle known as oestrus cycle. What's the cycle? Oestrus cycle. Okay, but in case of primates, mammal like monkey, apes, and humans, this cyclic events is known as menstrual cycle because they can release by the female vagina in the form of liquid discharge in a red color, known as menstrual flow. Known as menstrual flow. Okay, this is menses. That cyclic events occurs only single time, only one time in a month. Due to this cyclic event, the ovum is released by the female body and they is ready for fusion. If the gametes, that is male gamete, that is sperm fused with that particular egg or ovum, that C candidate is pregnant. Okay? Now, on the basis of reproduction, there are two types of individuals, organisms. Some organisms reproduce some seasons. especially those living organisms which can live in a living natural wild condition can possess only the production of eggs in a favorable season. So these particular organism is known as seasonal breeder. Okay, known as seasonal breeder. ठीक है निकालो. Seasonal breeder means those organisms which can produce their eggs or offspring during favorable season is known as seasonal breeder, and particularly these organisms live in natural wild condition. Okay, and next another is known as continuous breeder. Continuous breeder means many other mammals which are reproductive active through whole life. In case of human beings, no any human beings can stop their reproduction after they can attain the age of puberty. So they can known as continuous breeder. All of you sitting here, all the students having different date of birth. Someone born in January, some February, March, April, and so on. So till December. Number of students are sitting here, and their date of birth will be different, and they will show near about all the month of a year they will be produced. So we can say the human being is a continuous breeder. Their breeding is stopped after a age of their menopause, only in case of female. Now next type हम बात करें बच्चों हार्मोन की. तो हार्मोन्स आर रिस्पॉन्सिबल, ओनली हार्मोन्स आर रिस्पॉन्सिबल फॉर ट्रांजिशन बिटवीन थ्री फेजेस. व्हाट इज द थ्री फेजेस? दैट इज zonal phase, reproductive phase, and senescent phase. Due to interaction between hormones and certain environmental factors which can regulate the reproductive process and the associated behavioral changes in an animal. हार्मोन्स का सिक्रेशन जब हमारी बॉडी में होता है बच्चों, तो हमारे अंदर हमारे बिहेवियर में भी चेंजेस होता है, और दीज चेंजेस इज ड्यू टू द सिक्रेशन ऑफ हार्मोन्स एंड एक्सटर्नल एनवायरमेंटल फैक्टर. नाउ कम टू द पॉइंट्स ऑफ इवेंट्स इन सेक्सुअल रिप्रोडक्शन. अब हम बात करेंगे इवेंट्स इन सेक्सुअल. नाउ कम टू द पॉइंट्स. Events in sexual reproduction. In any organism will perform the sexual reproduction having three events. First is pre-fertilization events, another is fertilization events, and next post-fertilization event. During pre-fertilization events, the formation and maturation of the reproductive organs and production of gamete. Pre-fertilization events comprises two parts. One is gametogenesis and another is gamete transfer. Gametogenesis means होता है the production or formation of the gametes, means किस तरीके से gametes बनते हैं, means production, maturation and separation of the gametes is known as gametogenesis. And gamete transfer, the technique and the process by which the gamete will be transferred from one place to another place. Means in case of human being, gametes are produced inside the gonads. All of you know about gonads. There are two types of gonads. One is testis and another is ovary. Testis can produce male gametes and ovary can produce female gametes. So this process is known as pre-fertilization event, because this process occurs only before the stage of fertilization, because only gametes is fertilized to form a zygote. Here gametes are of two types. One is homogametic and another is heterogametic. Homogametic को हम isogametes कहते हैं बच्चों, means identical. Example है लो, if both the gametes are motile and also motile. यहाँ पे gametes कहा जाता है, gametes is only haploid. What is the meaning of haploid? In human being, all human beings are diploid. Means the number of chromosomes is 2n. And after gametogenesis, the number of chromosomes will be reduced and form only n, so known as haploid. Okay. The male gamete is also known as anthozoid, are also known as sperms. The male gametes is known as anthozoid and sperms also. Okay. And the female gamete is known as eggs or ovum. Now, this process is known as gametogenesis, means production, formation and maturation of the gametes before fertilization event is known as pre-fertilization events. Gametogenesis. Gamete transfer, the technique by which the gametes will be transferred. After completion of the pre-fertilization event, during fertilization events, the fusion of gametes and formation of zygote. Fertilization event is so limited time period. This event only occupies the formation of gametes. Means the fusion of gametes, the formation of zygotes. All of you know the zygote is a diploid. Here, two cell stage of zygote. One gamete may be male and the rest may be female. If these gametes are fused, then they can form the zygote, and this process is known as fertilization. Okay. बात करते हैं लास्ट में पोस्ट फर्टिलाइजेशन इवेंट की. पोस्ट फर्टिलाइजेशन इवेंट्स cover all the time and all the processes which is essential for any offspring till birth. Before birth of offspring, the requirement, development, maturation or other process which is needed is known as gestation period under the event of post fertilization events. Okay, आइए हम बात करते हैं next topic, that is sexuality in organism. क्या है sexuality? Some organisms are homothallic. What is the meaning of homothallic? या homothallic. Warachi कहा जाता है बच्चों monoecious. Monoecious means the organism which can bear both the sex organs, both the sex organs, and produce both gametes. Means a single individual which can bear male and female both the sex organs, known as monoecious. Okay. एग्जाम्पल की बात करते हैं कुकुरबिट्स, जिसको आप कहते हैं वाटरमेलन है, ककड़ी है, पंपकिन है, पपाया. नेक्स्ट है हेटेरोथैलिक. हेटेरो जैसा कि नाम से पता चल रहा बच्चों, हेटेरो मीन्स होता है डिफरेंट. Some organisms possess two different type of gametes and those are known as heterothallic, especially dioecious. Dioecious can mean होता है बच्चों, an individual can possess either male or female reproductive organs and produce either male gamete or female gametes. Okay, any doubt? फिर से सुन लीजिए, मोनोसियस मीन्स दोज ऑर्गेनिज्म व्हिच कैन bears both the sex organs and they can produce two different type of gametes, one is male and another is female. This particular individual is known as monoecious or homothallic. But in case of dioecious, the organisms can possess either male or female gametes. They can produce either male or female gametes, is known as dioecious or unisexual. Some certain cases in plants, some plants bears only male flower. Some flowers are male. Some plants are bears only male flower. These plants are known as staminate. Those flowering plants which can bear only male flower or male productive organs is known as staminate, and some flowers bears only female flowers, female reproductive organs is known as pistillate. Okay, staminate means होता है कि those plants which can produce only male flower and male gamete, and staminate got. Okay, now all of you about staminate and pistillate. Staminate means those are which can bear only male reproductive flowers, and pistillate means those organisms, those individuals which can bear only female reproductive flowers. Now from the point of animals, animals are two types. Some animals are unisexual. You can know number of examples of unisexual, just like human being, just like cat, just like lion, and so on. But in case of bisexual, only lower organism, the organism which belonging to the lower chordates are invertebrate, known as earthworm, sponges, tapeworm, leeches. They can bear both the sex organs and known as bisexual organism. Okay, some higher organism which belonging to mammals also having both the sex organ in a single individual, but they can lose their ability to reproduction. So they are known as hermaphrodite. Hermaphrodite are those animals which can last the reproduction, means to generate offspring. Those higher organisms which can possess both the sex organs and do not produce their offspring is known as hermaphrodite. Now come to points of cell division during gamete formation. All of you studied in class 11th cell division. Gamete mother cell. Gamete mother cell. क्या कहते हैं उसे? Meiocyte. MEIOCYTES. Meiocytes undergo meiosis cell division can form the gametes. All of you know the parent body of most sexually reproducing organism is diploid. कैसी होती है बच्चों? Diploid means 2n number of chromosomes, and gametes are only haploid. Gametes are only haploid. So after completion of meiosis cell division, you know meiosis are of two types, that is meiosis first and meiosis second. Whole cell division is completed, so only one set of chromosomes are incorporated in a gamete. जब ये कंप्लीट डिवीजन होगा तो एक जो सेट होगा क्रोमोसोम्स का वह एक गैमेट्स के अंदर इनकॉर्पोरेटेड हो जाएगा. इसीलिए हम गैमेट्स को कहते हैं गैमेट्स आर haploid. The number of chromosomes will only half. Okay, and then we can form two types of gametes. Okay, in organism which can belong to the kingdom Monera, fungi, algae, and bryophytes, their parent body is applied because they can possess either male or female gametes because their parental body is haploid, and those organisms which can belong to the kingdom pteridophytes and division angiosperm and gymnosperm, their parental body is diploid because they can possess both either male and female, both the sex organs and their body. Okay, so parental body. Now come to the point of gamete transfer. What is the meaning? What is the medium of gamete transfer? In seed plants, anther is responsible for the production of male gametes. In seed plant, anther is responsible for male gametes and ovules have the egg cell. Okay, in flowering plants, all of you know, here is a anther. Okay, these are known as anther. These are stalk और इसी को कहते हैं बच्चों फिलामेंट, and complete structure known as stamen. This indicates, suppose here is an anther. This anther after maturation forms this type of structure and having a number of sacs known as pollen sac. Each pollen sac comprises many conspicuous spores body known as pollen grain. And after dehiscence of pollen sac, all the pollen grain release and transfer, and this process of transfer of gamete is known as pollination. In case of seed plant, the means of gamete transfer by pollination, all of you know the pollination are of number of times, that is that particular pollination will be occurred by air, by water and by animals. Okay, these are pollinating medium. After pollination, formation of zygote, and this indicates the stage of fertilization. Okay, all the male gamete in seed plants produce in anther having a number of pollen sacs. Each pollen sac bears number of pollen grain. Of pollen grain is known as a male gamete. After completion of the formation of gamete, that particular pollen sacs will be dehisced, or after decision, the pollinating agent by air, water, animals can transfer the pollen grain to the stigma. Okay. Now come to point of fertilization. In case of animals, the gametes travel by two types. There are two types of fertilization. One is external and there is internal. In external fertilization, the fusion of gametes outside of the body in their medium, like water, especially this type of fusion means the fusion of gametes is known as synegamy. If the gametes are fused out of the body of an organism, this is known as external fertilization. and if the gamete fuse inside the body of an animal known as internal fertilization. External, okay? If the fusion of gametes takes place outside of the body of the organism, inside the surrounding medium, just like water, is known as external fertilization. Examples, that is algae, fishes, amphibians. Yeah, they will release their eggs and sperms inside their surrounding medium, especially in water. And inside the water, the gametes will fuse to form the zygote. And this process of fertilization is known as external fertilization. But in case of internal fertilization, the gametes fuse inside the body, especially inside the body of the female, is known as internal fertilization. But in some cases, another organism, they can also produce their offspring without fertilization. These are known as parthenogenesis. Means only female is responsible for the formation of new offspring without fusion of gametes. This process of production of offspring is known as parthenogenesis. Only female gametes undergo development of new organism without fertilization. They can form new offspring. Examples बच्चों, rotifers, honeybee, and some lizards, and also some birds, especially turkey. Turkey is the name of a hen. Yeah, so those organisms which can produce their offspring without use of the fusion of gametes, this process is known as parthenogenesis. In parthenogenesis, only female having ability and capable to produce new offspring without fertilization. Okay? Now come to the last event of sex evolution, that is post-fertilization event. Okay? In post-fertilization events, only two things is done. One is the formation of zygote and that is the embryogenesis. Formation of zygote means the fusion of gametes, they can form the zygote. This is so little time taking process, but after completion of the development is known as embryogenesis. In case of animals, the process of development of embryo from the zygote is known as embryogenesis. Process of development of embryo from the zygote is known as embryogenesis. During embryogenesis, the zygote undergo several cell divisions, especially mitosis and cell differentiation. They can form the complete embryo. The cell division increase the number of cells, while cell differentiation is help the groups to cell undergo certain modifications to form their special tissues and special organs to form an organ. Again, listen me. The cell division undergo produce a number of cells, and cell differentiation helps groups of the cells to undergo certain modification to form special tissues and organ to form an organism. Okay? There are two types of organism in case of animals. One is oviparous and there is viviparous. Oviparous organisms are those organisms which can produce eggs out of their body. All egg-laying animals is known as oviparous, and all who can produce their young ones inside their body and after delivery they form young ones and nourish them is known as viviparous. No any oviparous organism can feed their offspring, but all the members of viviparous organism can feed their offspring. Oviparous organisms are those organisms which can produce eggs outside the body, and viviparous are those organisms which can produce their young ones. Now, in case of flowering plants, the zygote form inside the ovule, and zygote develops into an embryo and ovules develop into seed. But in case of flowering plants, zygotes formed inside the ovule, zygote develop into embryo and ovules develop into seeds. Ovary develop into fruit. The fruit is protected by a thick wall. Those fruit which is formed after the fusion, they can produce and protected by a thick wall known as pericarp. And after that, seed germinates under favorable condition to produce new plants. Okay? Okay? Now finish your chapter.